Hello again my dudes, welcome back to the channel. This is Kadim, and in this video I'm going to show you how to gather the 4 Skandhas, in this case 5 Skandhas that you need to collect in order to get a nice boost to all your stats, health, stamina and mana. The first Skandha, can be found in chapter 1, right at the very start of the game. If you remember correctly, this is where you started, before you even fight the first boss. You fight him if you take a right here, but if you take a left, you will see a monkey jumping on top of this headstone. If you approach the headstone, you will collect the first Skandha, which is the Skandha of Form. The second Skandha, I'm afraid it's not going to be in this video, as I have already collected it. It's collected from the Skandha in chapter 2. I will leave a link in the description on where to find it and how to get Skandha to approach you. But the one you see on the footage now is how to get the third one. The third one, you have to just follow the path you have just seen me taking, and it will lead you to the Skandha of Thought, which is the third one. The third one is in chapter 3. As you can tell, this is in the New Forest, the Mindful Cliff. And if you just take the path I've shown so far, it will lead you to the location of a chest with a gourd inside, but most importantly, to where the next Skandha is. There's only one path forward in this place, all you have to do is go forward as to the only place you can follow to. Probably want to get rid of this enemy as it will shoot you from a distance. Might want to get rid of this one too as well, just because he's in the way. In this chest here you will find a gourd, in case you are wanting to complete your collection, but it's not actually the reason why we're here. If we carry on this path, up these stairs, and up these other stairs, you'll find the monkey again by another headpiece, and if you approach it, you will find the Skandha of Thought. Now for the fourth Skandha, you need to travel to chapter 4, to the Purifying Spring in the Webbed Hollow, and this is just after you have fought Baiji. So if you follow the path on the video, just across this little pond, take a little jump, go around this pillar, take a left, take another left and jump down. You will see the monkey is again sitting on another headstone, and as soon as you approach, he will bugger off. And if you approach and interact with the head, you will gather the fourth Skandha, the Skandha of Choice. Now for the last Skandha, you must reach chapter 6 and travel to the mantis catching shrine, and from that shrine you want to fly up in this direction on the cloud, up this cliff. You will recognize this area because to the right is where the Son of Stones will be chilling out, and he will applaud you as you approach. But if you instead come to the left and just in between this path, keep flying, follow the only path available here, in through this cave system, and out on the other side, you will find the giant Skandha, and he will be the boss you must defeat to get your hands on the last Skandha. Now, this boss can seem very complicated. Of course it does, if you do not know what you're doing or you do not know how to defeat it. But once you know what you need to do, it's actually one of the easiest bosses in the game. All you have to do is wait for him to use his left hand on the floor and expose his only weak spot. He has some blue crystals on his left hand that you must hit and destroy in order to defeat him. As you can see, he is a giganormous monster, and he will punch the floor and create these shockwaves that you can easily dodge just by rolling forward. When he does this attack of sucking the air, don't worry, it doesn't really do any damage. If anything, it's just a nuisance. Try to approach him again just enough to tease him into attacking you, like you're seeing me here running in circles as I just want him to attack me. He does this kind of attack that he sweeps the floor with his hands, and that's what I'm waiting for him to do. There he comes, he's doing it with his right hand, and now he's gonna follow it with the left hand. And when he does this, he's going to smash the ground with both hands once, be careful with the shockwave, and then again another time with another shockwave, and these are the crystals that you want to hit. Position yourself correctly and you will be able to hit more than just one. As you saw, I just managed to destroy at least one of them and get this one quite weakened as well. And I managed to destroy the second one. He then moves. When he does that, don't worry too much, just get a bit of distance between you and him. Be careful with the shock waves. Avoid his punchings and don't worry too much about attacking these tiny crystals on his right hand, as they don't really do anything. Wait for him to attack you again. Once he does, you have to patiently wait for him to actually use his left hand and expose these big crystals, because that's the only place you actually have to worry about hitting. Here he comes again with his right hand. We don't really care about that. Then he does another swipe, and then he attacks with the left hand, and that's what we want. Unfortunately, he didn't leave his hand exposed for too long. Now he does a sweeping move with his left hand, and he smashes the floor with his left hand, which is good because this will leave the crystals exposed. Attack the crystals again. I managed to almost destroy another one of them. Unfortunately, he didn't leave his hand there for long enough. He did a second smash with his left hand, so I decided to do a heavy hit, but it didn't actually hit both at the same time like I was planning to. But it did hit enough for me to destroy both of them shortly after. Dodge the shockwaves and be careful with his hand smash and the last shockwave, and you have defeated the giant Jingandang. Once you've done this, he will create a path with his hand and arm that you want to crawl onto and climb all the way until you find the funny monkey for the last time, and he will give you the last Skandan, the Skandan of consciousness. There's a small cutscene that you can skip, but this one I'm afraid cannot be skipped. I will remind you at this stage that I will leave in the description the video of how to get the Skandha of Feeling in chapter 2, which is the only one not in this video, as it's quite a long process of its own, and I have made an entire separate video specially just for that one, which I will leave in the link in the description. Once you have all 5 Skandhas, all you have to do is fast travel to the Zodiac village. Return here, talk to Shoe Dog, tell him about the Skandhas, and he will craft a special pill just for you that will buff your mana, your stamina, and most importantly, your HP. And this is pretty much the guide. I hope it's useful and that you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Cheerio!